If your business relies on channels like social media, referrals, networking, SEO, word of mouth, just to grow its awareness, then quite simply, you're gambling. Plain and simple. All of that may work sometimes, but the fact of the matter is that it's not predictable and it's certainly not scalable. And if you want something that is going to allow your company to generate leads and sales predictably, then you need something you have absolute total control over. That's where paid advertising comes in. Because when you pay the platforms of Google, Meta, or even LinkedIn, you guarantee visibility and you guarantee that your company is going to get in front of the exact types of people you're trying to reach. So today, I'm going to break down exactly when it makes sense for your company to begin investing in paid advertising. And I'll also provide you with a brief primer on the major platforms so you know exactly which one to get started with. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey Canning. I'm a full stack marketing strategist working with my clients on brand strategy engagements, web design and development projects, and ongoing marketing retainers. Very simply, if your company needs traffic, then you just need to go to the traffic stores. Those stores, like I mentioned, are Google, Meta, Instagram and Facebook, and LinkedIn. Now, don't think that just throwing money at these platforms and starting to run ads is going to fix all your business problems overnight. They only work when your company is relatively well established and you already have a brand strategy and website that's dialed in, along with some key offers that you've proven work for your company. Paid advertising is a serious investment and it only makes sense for companies that are well established, are doing good business, and know exactly who their clients and customers are. It's not for companies that are still in the process of figuring that out. Long story short, it's for companies that are ready to scale after having significant success already with different marketing activities. Now, in terms of getting started, I would say you need to invest at least $1,000 to $2,000 minimum per platform. And you also need to have patience because these advertising campaigns take a lot of trial and error, at least 3 to 4 months. I'm not trying to oversell things here, but it's just a reality. You could hire the best advertising agency in the world. It's still going to take them several weeks to months to really figure things out. But here's the thing, like I mentioned with all those other marketing channels, ultimately you're not in control and you're just always going to be gambling that they favor your company. Paid advertising is the only marketing lever you can pull that puts your company directly in control and guarantees that you're going to be able to get front and center and grow your company's online visibility in the exact market it's looking to target. All right, so now let's talk about Google Ads. This is where I recommend service-based professional companies, e-commerce companies, and even some B2B high-ticket service providers start out. Because with Google Ads, you are simply paying to get front and center whenever a prospective client or customer searches for services related to your company online, on Google, in the exact geographic area you're looking to target. So this is great because in comparison to the other platforms we'll be talking about, you can be relatively well assured that when you run these ads and you get charged, that you're actually targeting people who are in market for your company's products and services. This is going to allow you to target people who are actively searching for what your company sells. And the beauty of this is that they're generally relatively low in the funnel, meaning they are looking to set up meetings or buy your product if they're actually searching for it already on Google. This is going to be the highest leverage, highest return on investment paid ads channel, and that's why I recommend that for most companies, this is the one that makes the most sense to get started with. Two types of campaigns I recommend you start here is going to be a direct consultation campaign. So if you're a high ticket professional service provider, think architecture studios, interior design firms, accounting firms. In that case, I recommend you drive traffic to a consultation page as you target keywords and search terms related to the services your company offers, as well as descriptors. So for example, architecture firm, Denver, Colorado. Another campaign you may want to consider is going to be a lead magnet campaign. This is especially true if your initial offer is several thousands of dollars. This way you run ads directly to a lead magnet, and then you're just looking to get them into that entry point offer. So that way you can get their contact info, provide value, and follow up via email. So that is another thing I've had tremendous success with my clients running, and I highly recommend you do both of these campaigns on Google. As far as setting paid ads go, Google ads are going to be the easiest ones to set up. That's why I recommend most clients and companies start with this. And then furthermore, once you get them running effectively, it's always going to take at least 2 to 3 months. After that, there's relatively predictable performance. The next platform we have to talk about is going to be Meta, specifically Instagram and Facebook. Now, this is a totally different play than Google Ads. So whereas Google Ads is very much a lead generation play, Meta ads are much more awareness based. So if you're looking to grow your company's awareness online, Meta ads are going to be great because whereas with Google, you're reliant on having someone actually search for the terms related to your company or its products. In contrast, Meta ads, you can simply pay to get in front of your prospective clients based on the demographic data you offer. Now, getting these ads set up on Meta is much more involved because it's much more creative based. So you really need good photography and even videography. Video ads are generally going to perform the best here. So you really need to have your creative assets dialed in. I recommend you start with retargeting campaigns on Meta. This is going to allow you to retarget people who have, for example, visited your website or visited your profile on either Instagram or Facebook. Especially when you're first getting started out, it's really going to cut down on the trial and error phase because you're already targeting people who you can be relatively confident in are actually in market for your products and services because they've already checked out your website and your company profiles online, and they're already familiar with your brand as well. And every time I have started campaigns for clients running these retargeting campaigns, we always see way better marketing metrics across the board as compared to cold audiences who have never heard about your business and we don't even know if they're in market for your products or services. Again, here, consultation offers can work, or you may also want to consider lead magnets as well. But my main tip here for you, especially if you're first getting started, is going to be with those retargeting campaigns. Now, I am running ads right now for my clients on all the platforms mentioned. And if you would like my help, not just building out a paid advertising strategy, but perhaps an entire comprehensive marketing strategy so you can grow your awareness online, generate leads consistently, and of course, ultimately grow revenue, then check out the link in the description to book a free complimentary strategy call with yours truly. And during this 30 to 45-minute meeting, I will take the time to learn all about your company and map out a clear marketing game plan so you can actually succeed online. Link in the description. Let's move on to LinkedIn ads, which are kind of like the ugly sister in this entire equation here. Now, LinkedIn only makes sense if you're actually B2B. So if you're B2C, I really wouldn't recommend marketing on LinkedIn or even considering it at all. LinkedIn does have a couple key things going for it. Number one, I think LinkedIn is one of those platforms where if someone's on it, yes, they're kind of like, half pretending to work, half pretending to just like do whatever. But what it does have going for it is that if someone is on that platform, they're probably in a business mode. Compare that to Instagram, for example, where they're just looking to zone out, essentially. So it has that going for it. I think people are going to be a bit more receptive, especially, again, in that B2B audience. And then also, the targeting data is much better on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn, you can really get very granular and target the exact types of companies or professionals in the exact types of industries you're looking to reach. So there's a wealth of targeting advantage you can take advantage of. However, that is going to cost you. LinkedIn ads are significantly more expensive than both Meta and Google ads. I'd say you probably need a minimum budget of $5,000 per month just to get started with it for it to make sense. Even if you want to run the retargeting campaign strategy I mentioned on Meta, you can do that on LinkedIn, but however, it's going to cost you a lot more on those platforms as well. So LinkedIn, you really got to have success, I'd say, already on Google and Meta, and it's already got to make a lot of sense in terms of the exact audience you're trying to reach. But if you are selling high-ticket B2B services, think accounting, consulting, finance, even marketing. If one of your clients could pay you $20,000, $30,000 right away, then it could make sense to be investing several $1,000s on LinkedIn. But ultimately, it's not something you can just throw a campaign up and expect good results. You really got to know what you're doing with LinkedIn. So long story short, LinkedIn ads are not for testing your offer. It's for scaling an offer you already know works extremely well, whether that's on Meta or other organic channels. I would say, quite honestly, outside of organic content creation, which is non-negotiable, I have more in-depth videos on the channel going over all the different platforms I've talked about, even some vlogs of me setting these up for my clients. So definitely check those out if you're interested. I'll link them below in the description. But I would say at a high level that other than organic content creation, which I believe is non-negotiable and every company must be doing, I would say paid ads are going to be the second most effective marketing strategy and channel to pursue. Like I said at the beginning, if you need more traffic and eyeballs on your company online, the best, most effective way to do that is simply going to be to pay one of these platforms and get that traffic on demand. But like I said, it's not a magic cure-all that's going to fix all your business problems overnight. You need to have a very clear brand strategy in place. You're going to need to know exactly who you're looking to target. You're going to need to have a website that is dialed in every aspect, whether it's the visuals, the copywriting, the offers, and the CTAs, and only then does it actually make sense to invest in paid advertising. But if you're already at that point and you're really serious about growing your company, paid ads, again, other than the organic content marketing, is going to be essential. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And again, if you're looking for my help on building out a paid ad strategy, click the link in the description, fill out the form, and if you're qualified, you'll be able to book a call directly with me.